Welcome back to Retro Modding Gamers, and this is your host Killer J here, and we're back in brand new review. And yes, Season 12 is reviewing Resistance Free. Yes, reviewing this game because it's been a while since the last time I reviewed it on the older channel, because the older channel was way earlier on, and that's when the last time I reviewed it. But now I'm going back and revisiting this game and reviewing it and giving it some proper review closure, whatever you want to say. Just want to say thank you, and hope you enjoyed the review, and let's get started. So this game is pretty goddamn good. The reason why is the guy from Resistance 2, Joseph Capelli, reprises his role, and he is the main protagonist. And this is the guy that killed off Nathan Hale in the second game, which Nathan Hale was an infected chimera, which was pretty crazy. So Joseph Capelli was discharged and dishonored and this, that, there. But now he's fighting for civilization, which he's taking it back. He's fighting against these Chimeran forces, which is good. And this is good because Joseph Capelli is one of the better characters in this game. Well, one of the better main protagonists, and plus, I want to give a positive side that they brought back the weapon wheel. You can select as many weapons as the game initially wants you to, and it's pretty good. It's not no two weapons set like in the second Resistance game. They let you play with a full arsenal of weapons, which is pretty good. That's what I like about it. And the fact that it plays like an old school shooter in the way that you have to collect health. Yes, you have to collect health packs to survive. It's not in Resistance 2 you had to shoot, and then you had to, when your screen was like raspberry jelly when it was red and when you were getting shot, that's when you had to like lay low and go back, pop out, and just shoot. This one you have to collect health and be careful not get shot too much and get killed. So it plays in the way of an old school shooter. And is it fun? Yes. And this is a game that I want to review quite some time, and this is a PS3 game, so PS3 reviews are coming back into Season 12, which is pretty good. So, and this is a game that I want to review one more time, and it's good. So, and let me see. The graphics are pretty good for what they are. Pretty good graphics for Resistance, you know. This is recorded on the Avermedia LPG Lite capture card, so you're seeing a lot of differences in the season already, because there's some reviews that have been recorded with that. Most reviews that are there are being recorded with the capture card itself. So, and let me know in the season by giving me feedback on what you think on the capture card initially, because there's going to be more stuff like this, and there's going to be tons of surprises. They're not going to... The season still has to be booked properly, and not booked like a wrestling show that's booked like all over the place and convoluted there. I want to book this in a way where it's respectable, it's good, where I'm liking this season in question, where the shit is good and fun to watch. It's not no fucking cringeworthy material. This is like real game reviews that you're actually watching, not no political politics about, oh, let's be racist towards white people and this and that and all this other shit that we don't need in the game review. Let's just be racist, because that's why people watch game reviews, just for fucking bullshit fucking politics. When you come here at Retchmongers, there's no fucking politicking of any kind. This is real raw review, real edgy review. It's not no kiss your ass and lick it there. This is what a review should be. What I initially think of this game, awesome, very awesome, because I like the fact that the different environments are pretty good, and the fact that you can upgrade your weapons, which is pretty good. You can upgrade your weapons, which is pretty good. And the more you use your weapons, the more star ranks you get. You go up to level 3, I believe, and you get more upgrades with the weapons in question, which is pretty good. And also, you get some familiar Resistance weapons. That Exploring Revolver from Resistance 2 is here. The Auger, much other weapons that are classic Resistance weapons are here. There's the cryo gun, which is like a gun that you freeze monsters and you smash into them, and that's pretty good. And you got the shotgun, which you can upgrade it later on. You have like a flame blast shotgun, which is pretty good. And the fact that this game is a good way. It was a good way to end off Resistance. It was a great way to end off the trilogy of games. This was a very fitting conclusion to the series. This is another game series that needs to come back. Like at least the first 3 Resistance game on a HD collection on the PlayStation 4 would be nice to see that come back. Would be very nice to play that. For people that want to play that game, play those games again, they can play them, which would be fine, which would be pretty good. And this is a game series that should come back, or even a Resistance like reboot idea, like even reboot the series would be pretty good. Just the similar vein like God of War, like the new God of War game was of 2018, something like that where it's very good, because this is still a very awesome game, which is jam-packed with fun levels, cool-ass chimera monsters, which is what's there to not like about that, because you got all the familiar monsters from the Resistance games. You got some new enemy types, I believe. You got even those Grim guys there, the skinny-looking zombie-type enemies where they run at you and they charge at you and you're trying to shoot them with a shotgun. Those guys are pretty crazy. You got some new monsters in this game, so which is pretty good. You got new and old familiar faces, I believe. You got some pretty crazy monsters in this game. It's still initially it's fun, because for what I can say about this game, lots of variable about it there. Yeah, maybe browns and grays, but this is way more. This is way better to call it way better of a shooter, because it's fun. Like, I was playing it through the PlayStation Now, I believe. Yeah, I was playing it through there, so got it for like a 7-day trial. So this is one of the games I played when I had the server, so I was playing this one. So just to be honest with you, I was playing this for PS Now, so don't say, oh well, you weren't playing it. No, I was playing it for PS Now. So anyway, but what I think of this is a very fun game, because it was a very fun game to play, because for me it was pretty. The controls are not bad, but I believe they were much better on the PS3, because they worked for the most part on the PlayStation 4 through PS Now. They worked fine. I was getting past the levels. I wasn't dying so many times that it was rage-inducing there. And the fact that you can get health, which is pretty good, and you can get yourself out of some pickles, and some pickle situation was just good. And that was the fun about Resistance 3. It was a very fun game when it first came out for the PlayStation 3, and this was a very fun game. And they used to have online servers for this, and they shut them down way back in, I think, 2014 or 2015. It was roughly around that time they shut down the servers, which I can't really call on the multiplayer, because they shut that down, so I can't really say anything about the multiplayer initially, so I can't say anything about that and comment on that. So the only thing that I can comment on is the single player. I can't really say anything about the multiplayer, so because the servers are shut down, I can't really review something that's not there. So what I can say about the single player, it's fun. Single player is fun. It's a very good story. Very good monster types. Very good diverse weapon selection. Very good diverse areas where you can go in and do stuff. And the levels in this game are pretty crazy. Or very fun levels. You're going around in these like crazy areas, and these are based on real life areas too, which is pretty cool. So. And there's one level where you're on a boat fighting Grims, which is pretty cool, which is pretty crazy. So, and that's pretty fun, because just the fact that the shooting gameplay is where it's at, it's fun, because it's not. For me, it's a pretty good game. The reason why is because the monsters are pretty cool. Gameplay's there for the most part on the PlayStation Now, but the fact that it's an enjoyable experience, because having the fact that all the weapons that you can get, upgrading your weapons depends how many times you experiment with a set of weapon. You can upgrade it to 3 stars, which is gonna get that weapon the best abilities for that weapon. Will be like one of your best weapons, and it gives you a time to experiment with the other weapons that you can use, and just say if you're low on one gun, you can use another gun and just experiment with that gun and see how you do with that gun initially, because it's fun, because it's fun. F for fun. Yes, F for fun. And that's what this game is, fun. And I just like this level, because this was a level that this level was pretty cool, because you're on a boat fighting these grim-looking guys there. Grim-looking like zombie-type monsters are pretty fun. The fact that you got destroyed buildings and you're on a boat there, on a boat, having fun. The fact that you had ammo and health supplies, which was pretty good, because it's a good thing they did that and got you all stocked up for that section, which is pretty good. It makes sense that this is a fun game, because what's there not like about Resistance? You should try it out if you can get it for the PlayStation 3. If you can probably get it fairly cheap for the PS3. So you get it for PS3, try it out, play this game, and have fun with it, because it's a game that needs to be revisited once. It's a game that needs to be revisited and played by everyone that actually has that and has the chance to play it. Go ahead, have fun with it, and for my rating as it stands, I give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's pretty. It's a pretty good, solid, pretty good entry to Resistance Trilogy. It was a very good entry, and it did everything right and then some, which was pretty good. It was a fitting conclusion to the series. So I want to say thank you for watching, and go ahead, check out Killer J Gaming, and thank you for watching, and goodbye. See you peoples later for the next review. Peace out.